Five. All right, we are live for another episode of Real Estate Junkies podcast. And today we are diving in this episode into the heart of San Antonio real estate with Tami Price. Tami is a seasoned realtor at Real Brokerage and has mastered the San Antonio market, providing unmatched service and bringing the knowledge of real estate to buyers and sellers alike, with a special, welcome to military families moving to the area, San Antonio. And that's not all. Tami has also unlocked the secret of generating 100% free real estate leads, ranked number one on Google Maps and searching for real estate agents in the area. She is here to spill the beans on optimizing your Google business profile to skyrocket your visibility and business. So tune in with us on this episode. Tami, welcome to the podcast, and it's a pleasure having you here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. So before we get into everything real estate, would you share with us, I guess, like a short story on how you got into real estate and what was your initial journey like into real estate?
Okay, so man, it's a funny story how I got into real estate. I went to school to get my bachelor's and master's. I graduated my master's with a counseling degree. So I briefly took a position with the Air Force, didn't really care for it. So when I moved back to San Antonio, I was talking with a friend of mine who's a new home sales rep. He asked me what I was going to do, and I said, I'm going to go back and work on my license. I meant counseling, but he immediately said, you'd be an amazing real estate agent. You should totally go for your real estate license. And I was like, man, I'm talking about counseling. But that brief conversation where he kind of told me, how long have you been working with friends and family, going, showing them homes and going to design studios and you've done it so much. I think that would be a great place for you to start a new career. So 2 weeks later, that's where I was in real estate classes.
Wow. And what was your initial journey like after getting licensed? How long did it take it for you to get licensed? Just so
I am your typical overachiever. So I was finished with my real estate classes in 2 months, got my license about 3 weeks later and started with a brokerage pretty much immediately. Yeah. In 2007, real estate was so different than it is now.
Yeah.
So all your traditional stuff, right? Walking neighborhoods.
So how would you deal with just getting into real estate and the market crashing, and how did you survive through that? How was your experience there?
Oh man. So a lot of people say it was the worst time to get into real estate, but I think when you come in a down market, you have no choice but to get out there, do the work.
Yeah.
And find and create your own opportunities. So yeah.
Yeah. And I guess going through that journey, like 2007, right? This is smartphone being used to do business, and social media, pre-social media, and having the digital access to marketing. How would you start, and how is it going now? Like, how different is it?
Oh, it's a night and day difference, right? Because like you said, we didn't have the online platforms. We had MySpace. Who marketed on MySpace? I know I didn't, right? So, everyone kept telling me not to do the work, and I just kept doing the work. So I had 2 kids one was high school, one was elementary school, and the way that we made it through is I made it a family business. We stuffed door hanger bags and walked neighborhoods on weekends, right? Wow. Print off CMA coupons for them to fill out and mail back, and I'd do them a CMA. but it just was a lot of sweat equity, right?
Oh
Get
yeah.
out there, walk the neighborhoods, build a presence, and just do all the open houses. You know, people
Yeah.
say open houses don't work. They don't work if you don't work them. Yeah.
That is so funny. Now, so compared to that time, what is your, I guess, lead generation, opportunity generation in your business like today?
So, you know, being in real estate now, going on my 17th year, I do have a good book of business. So I do get some repeat and referral business. But 2 years ago, I decided to go all in on Google and have closed, you know, for me, I feel it's a tremendous amount of business. 22 transactions last year directly sourced to my Google business profile, zero ad spend. I don't
Wow.
pay for leads. I just work my profile on a daily basis. And that's really my main two lead pillars.
Yeah. And I guess like, um now that you started where you started 2 years ago, and I'm sure you had to go through it your own journey of learning how to leverage the platform, right? But
Correct.
I we see a lot of real estate agents spending a whole lot of time marketing themselves on social media platforms, right?
Mhm.
So how come you didn't go social media? I don't know if you how which one do you prioritize, Google or social media? Which one would you rather do?
Me, so I'm on social media. I don't use it as high as some other people do. And honestly, I'm an introvert at heart.
Hmm.
So Google gave me a platform where I can, yeah, I can do all the things and have people come to me.
Yeah.
Whereas social media, I may miss responding to something just because I don't log in. My friends tease me and say I'm a post and ghost. Uh,
That
because
is funny.
there's only so
Yeah.
many notifications that I can work with a day.
Hmm.
And with Google, I've learned that I can manage the various sections of my profile to create more opportunities to appear in search results so people reach out to me directly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you got started using it, Google, I guess you can also tell us about what convinced you on Google. But when you got started using Google, your initial strategy when you started, what was that? Like, what was your thought process behind it, and what motivated you to focus on, all in on Google?
So, you know, I went to a conference and there was this really smart dude talking on stage about all these things that you can do, right? Which I'm sitting there and I'm like, you can actually do something with Google My Business is what it was called at the time. And I am pretty camera shy, so I didn't want to do video. And it was one of those things that I knew that if I could learn the ins and outs of it on my own, then I can make it work for me and not have to be on video. So
Hmm.
the one thing at the time that resonated with me was this idea of geotagging. Now, geotagging has since been found not to be effective, but it's what I went all in on because it was the
Hmm.
one thing I took away from that. So, within about a month of actively working on my profile, I got my first lead. Literally, a gentleman who pulled up Google Maps and was looking for a realtor near him walked to my office at the end of
Wow.
my business day. I was
Yeah.
packing up to leave, and I did my first buyer consultation with him and subsequently closed him about a month and a half later. And then another lead came in, another lead came in, and another lead came
Wow.
in. Yeah, it was great. So my first year, I closed 13, and people look at that and they're like, "Oh, it's only 13 transaction." It was just under 5.5 million in production
Yeah.
in that
Coming
first year,
walking to you for free.
coming back to me for free, which you know was just a little over, I want to say 169,000 in gross commission income for free, zero ad spend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess like if it is working that well, you would think that all real estate agents are just having business coming walking to them for free, right? And that's not the
Right.
case. So what are some common mistakes you see real estate agents making with their Google My Business profiles that could hinder their visibility or having the results that you're having?
Okay, so I think the most common mistake I find is that they think they're going to create it and forget it,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
There's so much more that goes into managing and optimizing a profile than just having one out there. There are some primary SEO pillars that Google ranks profiles on, and recency. How recently have you posted something to any section? How recent have you received reviews? Prominence and dominance, how well you stand out in your marketplace amongst the other profiles that are out
Yeah.
there for a business similar to yours. So this idea of, well, I'm going to put a picture here and there, I may post an update here and there, that really does not work. It has to be something that an individual is going to work on a consistent basis to start ranking and being pushed into those search results.
Hmm.
Yep.
Wow. And so I know this is not a master class, but I can't help but ask some of these questions. Okay.
It's okay.
Maybe we will do one together, but um, could you walk us through the steps you took to get your Google My Business or Google Business profile to rank number one on Google Maps and searches for real estate agents in your area?
Yep. So one thing is the local map pack changes, right? You can be in the local map pack one day and not be in it in the next. The
Mhm.
idea here is that you don't always have to appear in the local map pack to have
Hold
success.
on. What is the local map pack?
That you keep saying I rank number one. So the
Yeah.
local map pack is that top 3 to 4. It rotates on how many is in there of profiles in a specific industry that show up first, right?
So
So
like if I search restaurant in my area and
there should be a top 3 or 4 in that
okay.
category that appear on a consistent basis. Some people will show up. Some show profiles will show up one day, and then it might be another set of people because there's some other things that work behind the scenes. More recently, it was found out that Google is now ranking based on office hours. So if you're a business that has set office hours and you close, but there's a business that has later hours, they
Ooh.
might appear higher in that local map pack than you do because your hours of operation say you're closed. So there's
Uh,
so much that goes on behind the
yeah.
scenes. Yeah.
Wow. And I guess like I was thinking maybe it would be based on relevance. It would be based on what people are searching, right? Is that also like keyword?
Relevance relevance is also a key pillar to SEO with Google. So how relevant is your business and the content on your profile to the consumer that
Hmm.
is
That is
performing the
searching.
search? Yep.
Yeah.
You have 135,000 people monthly looking for a realtor near me, right?
Yeah.
So you want to capitalize on being able to be pushed into those search results by having relevant keywords sprinkled throughout the various sections of your profile.
Yeah.
Best
And
realtor, top realtor, home buying, home selling. Um, those are all some keywords
yeah.
that can be
Yeah.
used on your profile.
Houses for sale in
Houses
certain
for
area.
sale in San Antonio,
Yeah. Yeah.
San Antonio local real estate, San
Yeah.
Antonio real
Best
estate,
realtor in
best real best realtor in San Antonio,
that's not
Texas, right?
we're not gonna miss that one. You know, all realtors are gonna have it on their business
You'd be
profile.
amazed at how few are actually making sure those keywords are sprinkled throughout their profile.
So tell us what type of post, I guess, like you found to be most effective on your Google business profile to engage potential clients, like to have them find you.
So it's all about really juicing that algorithm, right? So I create content centered around top relevant keywords in my business. And so this is the one place that I tell people, if you treat it like a social media feed, it's the one
Yeah.
place where you can get super spammy about real estate. And what I mean by that is you're constantly talking about real estate,
Because
buying,
it is your business profile. Yeah.
yeah, buying,
Yeah.
selling, relocating, talk about new construction.
So
And
not just the just listed and just sold and just
no, not the just, you can do those. You can you can do your just listeds as updates. You can also put your listings as products on your Google business profile. But with these updates, you want to have information that has those relevant keywords you want to get ranked for in your area. So homes for sale in San Antonio, right? San Antonio local real estate agent. And me, when I write my content, I write it in the third person because I know that I, me, we is not going to trigger Google to push me into search results. I know that saying Tami Price, a local San Antonio real estate agent or local San Antonio realtor, can help you buy, right?
mm.
So it's all about tapping into those keywords and creating relevant content daily. I post somewhere between 8 to 10 updates on my Google business profile, and that's on a daily
Eight to
basis.
10 up on a daily basis.
Yes, you would
What did you say?
100% unfollow me on social media if that's all, if I did that with that frequency on Facebook or Instagram.
But it doesn't matter on Google because they're not following you. You're just posting content to get found.
You're posting content to get found. You're posting content so that when Google is screening the content of your profile to make a decision to push you into those search results of the consumers, they have a reason to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a secret sauce question, and I have to ask you, how do you come up with the list, all the list of search keywords so that you can know what content to create based on those?
So there are a couple tools that you can use to track what people are looking for, and as far as keywords and search terms, I let one of my individuals that does some work with blogging for me tell me
Yeah.
what those keywords are at any given time,
Yeah.
right? But I know that having keywords that are specific to your local area, right? Always using your city,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even though I'm surrounded by a lot of suburbs, I concentrate on saying San Antonio over and over and over and over again in my content. Tami
Yeah.
Price, a local San Antonio realtor, can help you with selling your home and then just creating that content. And I never want to say buyers and sellers. I want to say home buyers and home sellers to
Yeah.
make that connection.
That is key. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wow. And would you say in different types of content, like would you make the content only related to real estate, or would you do updates on local restaurants, events, stuff that are happening?
You can definitely do, like I do some community spotlights, share new construction communities and things of that nature. I don't do a whole lot of local like restaurant spotlighting because people are looking for real estate. So I want it to be more in tune with things that are directly related to real estate. I might post some content about interest rates and local
Mhm.
builders who are offering interest rate buy downs and share that way.
Yeah. And in terms of, I guess, measuring your success with your profile, right, for lead generation, how do you measure the success, I guess, or how do you track your visibility?
So Google provides us the ability to check our performance insights.
Hmm.
So when you go into the control panel or the dashboard and you look at your performance insights, you can see a number of things. You can get an overview that will show you how many times your profile was directly interacted with, how many phone calls, how many bookings, how many messages, how many requests for directions, how many website clicks that you had. I love that my website, my CRM, lead tracks for me. So over the weekend, my phone was blowing up, and each time a new lead came in, it was Google, 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 Google. So
Wow.
I know where they're coming in from. I had 3 new conversations this weekend. I have 2 people in with a lender right now to get pre-qualified. So I track that way. But some other performance insights that it provides, from time to time, it'll show you how many times someone has reviewed your products. It will show you how many times your profile appeared in search results. And then it will break it down for you. It'll break it down to Google search and Google Maps. How many times it was viewed on search, whether it was from a desktop or a mobile
Wow.
device, on both of those. And then it will also show you how many times your profile was pushed into the search results of others because of specific keywords. And it'll list out those keywords that are making
Mhm.
your profile show up more and more and more.
Now, you've probably gotten used to by now in 2 years of people reaching out. Obviously, you mentioned like 5 people reach out to you.
Yeah.
On a, how do those interactions look like? Are they people like, oh, I'm looking to buy a house and I'm looking to buy a house now. Can you go take me there? Or are they more like I want more information?
Uh-huh.
They're asking you like more details and get more information. And how do you take those conversations into like work with me exclusively?
Well, the beautiful thing about the majority of these leads is they usually have a time frame in mind in which they are going to either buy or sell, right? And the conversations are different. They're not, hey, I'm interviewing multiple agents and I wanted to see if you'd be interested in coming to talk to me about selling my home. It's usually, hey, we are a military family. We're leaving Florida to PCS to San Antonio in X month. We want to know if you can work with us, right?
Wow.
I love those conversations. I'm not.
Because they have already checked you out and they
They've
probably have
already
checked out
they
a couple other realtors on their
Yep.
profile, right?
They check out, they read your reviews. They read the good and the bad. And there's something to be said about how you respond to negative reviews on your profile. I don't have a 5. I don't have 5 stars. I'm like 4.9 because I've had some clients. No, not even my clients. I had someone else's clients write nasty reviews on me in 2021. We all know what the market was like in 2021, right? They
It's
uh,
almost
they,
because
they
of an offer.
because they
That
everybody
is such
overpaid,
a bold
right?
move. Like,
They wrote nasty reviews about how this, that, and the other, and I didn't represent them. But
mm,
I responded professionally and reiterated the fact that I didn't represent them. My job was to represent my sellers, and it was unfortunate that their agent didn't do XYZ that would have
yeah,
given them certain protections in the process. But people read those reviews. So even though I have those negative reviews on my profile, I've actually gotten hired because of my response to those negative reviews.
wow.
So a lot of agents and businesses in general, they leave their reviews just sitting there. They never respond to them. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you have someone talking about your services, giving you
Your
feedback,
reputation.
and
Yeah.
you don't even bother to respond. It
Yeah.
looks bad.
Yeah. Even the positive ones, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
respond to every review because it shows, one, that you're appreciative that they took the time to do it. It's also an opportunity. if they did not use certain keywords or, say, hey, they helped me buy a home in X area, you can, thank them for their review. And, it was a pleasure helping you buy your first home here in San Antonio on the
Yeah.
Northwest side. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to work with you and your family. And I wish you many years of happiness in your home. Just something like that. But now
Yeah.
I've told them what I did for these people. I've indicated that they're first-time home buyers. So if there's a first-time home buyer looking for an agent that works with first-time home buyers, they're going to see that I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, of course, it sounds like that you have making your profile relevant, making your profile SEO optimized, uh, and updating it consistently, as consistent as 8 posts a day and 10 posts a day.
Yeah.
How you probably already have a process set up where you can come up with that much content to
Yep.
post, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is your process behind that, or is that all you're doing every day? That's what I want to ask you. Like, is that like
No.
10,
So
like 8 hours? Because your average real estate agent, for them to come up with one post, they spend an hour. Okay, so
Mhm.
that's like 8 to 10 hours of work. So what's your
Right.
process?
Um, so I'll share a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I use a scheduling platform
Hmm.
so that the content that I create, I schedule it out. Literally, either myself or my assistant will schedule out at least 2 weeks in advance,
Wow.
so that we can just post, schedule more content throughout the week. So there's something always going to my profile.
Hmm.
I have learned to master prompts with ChatGPT. I have a whole thread set up that I use that has a very specific set of prompts, very specific set of keywords that I ask ChatGPT to create my content for me.
Wow. So
What
that takes away a lot of time. Yeah.
takes away a lot of time, and once you've learned how to properly prompt ChatGPT, you can create endless content, right?
Mm.
I can get it to write 20 updates for me based on the keywords that I want in my business, in my area.
Bam, secret sauce.
And now I do go back and I massage that, right? Because I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
it to sound, I want to have my voice in it as well. But I also do that to create questions and answers, because
Mm.
a lot of people don't realize that you as a business can seed that questions and answers section and have a handy FAQ, so that again, you are using keywords that are relevant to your business that
Mm.
Google will use to help push you into search results of others.
Wow. That has been so much value already. Now, of course, getting reviews to rank higher, I'm sure
Mhm.
Google takes in account, right? How do you consistently get more reviews? Get your clients to encourage them to leave reviews, but also positive reviews.
So I will be really honest in that regard. I'm not as diligent
Yeah.
about it as I should be. But here's what I've learned: most people are quick to provide a negative review, right?
Yeah.
So trying to get someone to write a positive review, it takes some effort. And I'll tell you, I have clients that I've worked with 5, 6, 7 times that say, I love you, Tami, but you know that I don't do reviews, right? So, so that it comes to the point where we have to kind of accept that some people just won't do a review
Yeah.
unless they're
Yeah.
angry.
Yeah.
But
They're angry. That is
so
funny.
I do ask for reviews during the process. I firmly believe that if we're waiting to the end of a process to
Hmm.
ask for a review, we're missing the boat, because people are busy. They're moving, for real estate, they're moving in or they're moving out, right?
Yep.
The
Yep.
last thing that they want to do when they're in the midst of chaos is take the time to go write you a Google review. So I tell people to ask for reviews during the happy moments in a process. Your
Hmm.
client got their offer accepted. ask for the review. You negotiated repairs and they're happy. Ask for the review. You got your seller's home under contract. Ask for the review. Your couple days before closing, you got the clear to close. Ask for the review then.
Yeah.
Because if you wait until the end, you're going to be asking for reviews for months afterwards in hopes that they're going to provide that for you. Mm-hmm.
So would it be helpful if there was a platform that would, as soon as you change the stage of a client, like taking them from lead to an appointment, after you mark appointment showed up, they send a request to get a review, and then when you mark them under contract, it automatically sends them a review request?
That would be nice. Yes.
We'll talk about it. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And even how about every anniversary? After that, right?
I will ask years down the road. I'm like, hey, because they're like,
it's been 10 years. How about a review now?
Me a review? I literally got a review from a client recently that bought 5 years ago, right? Yeah. But I send, when we in my email signature, it says the best compliment that you can do. You can give me
a review.
Share a positive review on my Google business profile, right?
Yeah, that's so much better than asking for a referral, right?
And sometimes I send out cards with QR codes on them that when they scan them, it goes to my Google business profile.
That's a good idea. Yeah, like once a year, send them a gift card with a request to a review. Like, let me see how you can avoid writing me a review. Now, how often, I guess, like my question would be, look, this is a no-brainer. Like, it's so no-brainer. I know there are things that agents will find to get stuck, right? Which is coming up with content, updating properly, optimizing properly, keyword research, and all that stuff, right? So what advice would you give real estate agents who are looking to improve their Google business profile and looking for, most real estate agents have limited budget, right? They almost joke when they hear they need to spend money on generating leads, right? So what advice would you give them to implement this like free system in their business?
Just do it, because here at the end of the day, people are spending so much money on stupid shit. I'm sorry, on stupid stuff.
That's okay. We're on Facebook. That they allow cursing.
They're spending their money on stupid stuff. This is free. Don't pay somebody else to manage your profile for you. This is free. I mean, the return, the ROI on my time is huge, right? And do it chunks at a time until you get proficient with it, right? Start with going back and optimizing your business description. Add a photo or two a day. Do an update or two a day until you get used to it. Ask a question on your profile, provide the answer, build that handy FAQ, because every little bit that you do is going to help. The more consistent you become with it, the more you'll be able to do. And at the end of the day, you're going to see so much better results. I know a company right now that charges, I don't know, anywhere from $200 to $400 a month to post to your profile. And that's all they're doing. They're posting updates to your profile. It's the same information they are posting for every single agent that utilizes their services. So you don't have original content. It's the same stuff with just different names and different locations. And I'm like, why would you pay that kind of money a month?
$60 a month, I think. Yeah.
When you can learn to do this on your own, the scheduling platform, yes, it costs a little bit of money.
What is the scheduling platform you use?
I use Loomly.
Loomly, okay.
Yep. So, and then ChatGPT-4 is $20 a month. I mean, talk the difference between that and paying somebody up to $400.
$5 million in sales don't come free, like totally.
And that was just one year. That was 1 year. Last year it was 22 transactions.
Wow.
Right? 22.
Yeah.
It's worth the time and effort. I developed a whole training program around this.
look, I know to be successful with anything, first of all, you have to believe that this method would work, right?
Right.
And then you have to hold yourself accountable to do it. And then third thing, I truly believe that you need the exact strategy, right? The right
Yes.
strategy, the knowledge,
Mhm.
right, to be able to implement. Now, I know a lot of people are already wondering, so I'll have to ask you while I have you on the podcast is, would you show us step by step, or maybe just like an overview of everything that needs to be done, I guess all the pillars covered, maybe like a 1 hour masterclass with us?
So I do this once a month for my
Oh, let's
brokerage,
go.
and I usually post I post a link on social media to join. I could do something similar to that
Yeah,
for you. Um, I'd be happy to.
I'd love to. And there's at least 300 agents that could probably needs to hear this and see that how it's possible. So
Yes.
switching gears a bit, like let's talk about real estate and your future in real estate, right?
Mhm.
What made you, I guess, move over to a brokerage like Real, cloud-based brokerage versus your traditional brokerage models? And can you share, I guess, what influenced your decision to join them, and
Okay.
how has it impacted your business, right?
Right.
In terms of, I guess, stability, growth. What is the opportunity there?
Okay. So I spent the first 12 and a half years in real estate at traditional brokerages, 5.5 at one, seven and at almost seven at another. And I moved to a cloud-based brokerage in 2019. Uh, I I loved the concept of the cloud-based brokerage. I loved that I kept a little more of my money.
Mm,
My marketing dollars were, that money was put more towards marketing myself,
mhm,
right? But I wasn't too happy with certain aspects of that brokerage. Then, I watched on social media as people were moving to this company called Real, and I'm like, well, what's Real? Right? I didn't know what it
mhm.
was, but I'm
Yeah.
seeing people with this brokerage that I was with announcing they're moving, they're moving, they're moving, they're moving, and someone approached me about it. And the thing that I didn't like about the other brokerage was something that this brokerage was promising not to do.
Mhm.
Their core values at the time
Yeah.
resonated with me, and I thought, you know what? I've only been here. I was at that brokerage like 2 days shy of a year
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
moved to join
Mhm.
Real. I won't lie. I came into Real September of 2020 when
Mhm.
we were just, I mean, it's like a startup. You're going to go
Yeah.
through,
Yeah.
you're
A
going to go
growing pain.
through
Yeah.
the growing pains, right?
No.
But
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, even with all the growing pains, I have not been the least bit dissatisfied with my
Mm.
decision. You
Yeah.
know, were there times where I was like, "Oh my gosh, will this ever change?" But
Hmm. Yeah.
from a from a from a cultural aspect, man, the culture here is unlike anything that I've seen it anywhere else. Not only have I grown professionally in real estate,
Mm.
but you surround yourself with people who are doing things outside your comfort zone at a higher level, and
Mm.
they're willing to show you,
Yeah.
help you
Yeah.
see
Like a
beyond,
collaboration. Yeah.
yeah, see beyond your own limited beliefs
Mhm.
about yourself. Like, never thought I would speak on stage. You know how many stages I've been on now? I never thought I'd write a training course, but I
Yeah.
wrote a
Wow.
training course, and I have a paid training course. So I have
Wow, that's amazing.
not only do I have the multiple streams of income with the
Mm.
brokerage,
Mm.
but being a part of this brokerage and learning from people who are so willing to open their playbooks,
Yeah.
I've been able to grow in other aspects and create other businesses for myself. And I just think it's fantastic.
Yeah, and there is this saying that I created. I came up with it, by the way. I'm take credit for it. Is that you don't know multiple streams of income until you have multiple streams of income, and then you want more multiple streams of income, right?
Right, because you're making money in your sleep. And I think, the sad part of some of these traditional brokerages is that, and I say this because I was in one, they talk so negatively about cloud-based brokerages that
Say it loud for the people in the back again.
yeah, we sit there and we have blinders on because they're telling us what they want us to hear because they don't want us to leave, right? I was at a brokerage like that. And the reason I chose the cloud-based brokerage I went to first was because it was the one that my broker owner talked negatively about on a daily basis. And I was like, there's something else here, right?
Mm, yeah.
And it was nothing like they tried to portray it to be. And I was like, wow. I saw my take home money be a lot more. I got the additional revenue streams. And even though there was one aspect of that company I didn't like, I don't regret the decision to
Of
join that
cloud-based, yeah.
brokerage because it opened my
Open.
eyes
Yeah.
100%. So I really feel for people who are at brokerages who give these negative images of
Yeah.
cloud-based brokerages and the opportunities that exist for multiple streams of income because they just don't know what
Yeah.
they're missing out on.
They don't understand that for a business to truly be a business, it has to have profit share and it has to have business equity, right? Meaning as
Revenue.
soon as you
You have
start,
to have revenue. Yes.
yeah, and
Yes.
and, and it's like equity in the company, right? Is
Correct.
that aspect a lot of people don't see the value in because they don't
Right.
even understand they don't have a business until they have that. Because
Right.
if you were to just stop acting on a function in your
Right.
business, and
Yeah.
because you stopped acting on this function, the business just disappeared, then it's not a business, right? So
Correct.
just,
Yeah.
so when you
Mhm.
stop selling houses, you got no equity in the company that you helped
Correct.
grow. You don't
Mhm.
have a business, you have a job that you supposedly own, independent, right, contractor,
Yeah.
right? But as soon as you stop selling that, doing that function, you don't get money or you don't have any share in the company.
Nope. And again, I chose real, for different reasons. Not only do I have equity in the company through stock options, right? I buy, they grant, I get stock awards. What I love is I'm not I'm not a recruiter.
Hmm.
I don't have a massive downline. I have people that have joined under me, but I'm not someone who's out there like join real, join real, join real. I sell houses. What I love is that I get rewarded for selling
Yeah.
houses.
Hmm.
My between my cap and my transaction fees, once I pay in 18K, my 12,000 cap and 6,000 in post cap transaction fees, Real gives me back 16,000 in
Yeah.
stock, right? It has to vest for 3 years. Now, when I teach for a year in the Real Academy, following receiving that award, I get another 8,000 in company
8,000.
stock.
Wow.
So 24 total in any elite award year that I can get. I've already done both twice. I'm working on my third elite cultural award right now. They bonus me on any stock that I buy. So so I've been here since September of
Okay.
20. I have over 91,000 shares of stock. Just,
That is like the emoji with the brain blowing off.
so when I logged into my dashboard last week, I was like, are you kidding me?
That's amazing. That is amazing. And that this model, of equity share and profit share is completely revenue share, not profit share. We should be
Yes.
clear. Uh, is completely revolutionizing the way real estate business has been done, and I
Yep.
think it will work against any type of monopoly that is in the market that the Z word is trying to impose on us, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is amazing. Again, I want to tell our listeners to stay tuned. We are definitely doing a master class on Google My Business with you. We'll share the details on it in the coming weeks. I appreciate your time, by the way, for your spending, giving back the knowledge that your hard earned knowledge, right, through
Yeah.
implementation and action and getting results in your business. So I also want to thank you for that, and I'm looking forward to our masterclass. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
For sure. So I guess Tami Price on Google My Business for sure, if you want to find her and you want to give her a review on sharing this knowledge with you and also coming in the masterclass. So if we
Yay.
get 5 reviews on
Okay.
her Google My Business, we're definitely offering the masterclass for you guys for free. Is that a deal, Tammy?
That's a deal.
Okay,
Tami
Tammy.
Price Properties Group, San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, Tammy Price and Antonio. Those keywords will find her.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tammy.
You're
Just stay
welcome.
tuned. Once we get off live, I'll get the time together for our masterclass. All right,
Okay.
guys. Thanks for listening in. Look forward to the masterclass on Google My Business and how to optimize your profile, how to get searched, ranked in the top 3. Let's just say, right. Hopefully, if you put in enough action to get to number 1, that will be on you, right? Be putting the updates, but what type of updates you make, how do you do keyword research? We'll cover all of that in the masterclass. Thank you.